Hello, it's Carol again. You've probably seen my previous videos and know that I'm at home recovering from a near-fatal brain injury, and to stop me suffering from depression and anxiety and getting panicky, I have to keep myself busy. And I find the best things to do to keep me busy being creative. One thing I love to do is to bake. But being partially sighted, I dictated my recipe into my computer and got it to print it out in large print so it's easier for me to read. Now you could play this video to your computer and get it to dictate it so you don't have to write down everything I say if you want to do this recipe. So today I'm going to make brownies. I have choir tomorrow and I love to take things along to the choir to share with others because, as I've said before, it's the joy of giving. Baking brings me joy and giving to others brings me joy. So the first thing I'm going to do for making my brownies is to prepare my baking tray. It's one like this one here, but I've lined one with baking paper. The next thing I'm going to do is to weigh out some butter. I like to use these weighing scales because being partially sighted, I can feel the numbers, so I find it easier. So I want 6.5 ounces or 185 grams of unsalted butter. I also need 6.5 ounces of dark or milk chocolate, depending on your taste. Now I'm going to create a bain-marie. The reason I do a bain-marie is that I need to melt the butter and the chocolate and it stops it from burning. So on here I have a saucepan of boiling water. I'm going to put a big glass bowl in there. And now I add my butter. I've chopped the butter into small pieces because it makes it quicker to melt. In my bain-marie, I now have my butter and my chocolate, and I'm going to stir it until it's all melted. While I'm waiting for my butter and chocolate to melt, I need to put my oven on to 180 degrees Celsius or gas mark 4. And then in another bowl, I need to put 3 eggs. Now, put in my bowl 3 eggs and I need 10 ounces of golden caster sugar, which I've weighed out, and I'm going to put that in with the eggs. And now I whisk them together. Now I've whisked my eggs and my sugar until it's nice and thick. Now, in another bowl, I'm going to sieve 185 grams or 6.5 ounces of plain flour, along with 40 grams or 2 large tablespoons of cocoa powder. While I waited for my chocolate and butter to melt, I've left it to cool, and I've whisked together my sugar and my eggs and sieved my flour with my cocoa powder. Now I take the cool chocolate and butter and add it to my egg mixture. Now I get to lick the spoon. No. Now I whisk them together. So having whisked together my chocolate, butter, sugar and eggs, I add the flour and the chocolate powder that's already been sieved. Gently, mind you. Remember, the thing about any cake is air. And in a figure of 8, gently fold them together. Don't be too heavy, otherwise you will knock out all the air. And before I finished, I add 3½ ounces of chocolate chips. Again, they can be milk chocolate, dark chocolate, or even white chocolate. And gently mix them together. Having gently mixed everything together, I've now put it into my papered baking tin. And just gently push it to the side so that it's even. Now you can lick the spoon. And it's ready for the oven. Put it in the oven for about 30 minutes until it's golden brown. Once we've got our brownies in the oven, while they cook, we have the joy of washing the dishes. Oh, well, keeps you busy. Well, 30 minutes have passed since I put my brownies in the oven and my kitchen's all nice and clean and tidy, and now's the time to take them out and check to see if they're cooked. See how beautiful they look? That's the air. So now I need to check to see if they're cooked. So I take a knife and I give my brownies a poke. And if it comes out nearly clean, not quite. If it was clean, they'd be cooked. 10 more minutes, I think. Once you've poked your brownies with the knife and it comes out clean, your brownies are ready. So leave them to cool and then put them in the fridge overnight before you serve them.
In your own time.
My brownies have been in the fridge all night, and now I've cut them into pieces and put them in this tin, ready to take to choir. Remember, if you need more than that and you want to double up, you have to double up all the ingredients that I gave you on my recipe. Have fun and enjoy your brownies. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.